Hello, YouTube! We want to welcome you to a Wednesday edition of Big E Sports. I'm your host, Eric the Big E Green. Now, what happened in sports last night? Well, let's start off with college football. Last night, it was Akron. They defeated Toledo 21-14. Buffalo was a winner over Kent State 43-7. Last night, the fourth week of the college football playoff rankings was released. Here are the top 16 teams. Number 1, the Oregon Ducks. Number 2 was the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 3 was the Texas Longhorns. Number 4, Penn State Nittany Lions. Number 5 was the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Number 6 was the Miami Hurricanes. Number 7, Georgia Bulldogs. Number 8 was the Tennessee Volunteers. Number 9, SMU Mustangs. Number 10 was the Indiana Hoosiers. Number 11 was the Boise State Broncos. Number 12 was the Clemson Tigers. Number 13 was the Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 14 was the Ole Miss Rebels. Number 15 was the South Carolina Gamecocks. Number 16 was the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, what does that mean if the season was over? Well, we would have Arizona State and Ohio State. The winner of that game would play fourth-ranked Boise State. We would have Tennessee and Georgia. The winner of that game would play first-ranked Oregon. We would also have Indiana and Penn State. The winner of that game would play third-ranked Miami. And finally, we would have SMU and Notre Dame. The winner of that game would play number 2, Texas. Now, what happened last night in the NBA? Well, let's take a look. It was the Chicago Bulls. They defeated the Washington Wizards 127-108. Milwaukee Bucks was a winner over the Miami Heat 106-103. It was the Houston Rockets. They defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves 117-111 in overtime. It was the San Antonio Spurs. They picked up the win over the Utah Jazz 128-115. And finally, the Phoenix Suns was a winner over the LA Lakers 127-100. Last night in college basketball, Alabama picked up the win over Houston 85-80 in overtime. Now, what's going on tonight in the NBA? Well, we got a lot of games going on. We have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Charlotte Hornets. We have Portland Trail Blazers against the Indiana Pacers. Chicago Bulls are taking on the Orlando Magic. Houston Rockets are taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. LA Clippers are taking on the Washington Wizards. New York Knicks are taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Detroit Pistons are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Sacramento Kings are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. We have the Toronto Raptors. They're taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. We also have the LA Lakers. They're taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Brooklyn Nets are taking on the Phoenix Suns. We also have the Denver Nuggets taking on the Utah Jazz. And finally, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Golden State Warriors. So, what's your score prediction for all those NBA games going on tonight? Well, comment on YouTube. And also tonight, we have Alabama taking on Rutgers. That'll be at 9 o'clock p.m. on TBS. What's your score prediction for that game as well? Well, comment on YouTube. That's going to do it for me today. Please subscribe and comment on my YouTube page. God bless.